Welcome to the studio at DC City Studios.
Gotcha. So let everybody know who you are and where you're from.
Well, I'm Corinne Barrett, and I am originally from Brooklyn, New York, and I live out here on Long Island now, but from New York. Yes.
Okay. So what brought you here to Long Island from Brooklyn? It's a big difference.
Oh, big difference. Our family, they moved out here. That was pretty much it, when my family moved out. Just,
Gotcha. How long you been involved in music?
All my life. All my life since I was a little girl with my lead in Oklahoma as Lori.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So what first got you into music, I should say?
I think that you're born with it. I just knew I could sing, and I just felt the vibe and just went with it all my life. Talent shows, everything, and just knew. You kind of just know.
Tell me your first experience about one of your first talent shows.
Oh, well, it was fun. I didn't win first prize, but won second, and it was fun. Just a piano player and was a little kid, and it was really fun.
Fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Who inspired you to make music?
Truly inspired me to make music, Tina Turner. Tina Turner is my mentor. Yeah.
What resonated about Tina Turner that made you I like her?
Her life, she's real. Her voice, it comes from the soul. And that's how I sing. I come from my heart, my soul, and it's just real. It's just not programmed, if you will, Yeah.
So Tina Turner inspired.
She really did. She's just amazing.
What's your favorite Tina Turner record?
I knew you'd ask that question. Simply the Best.
That's a dope one.
Yeah.
It's a dope one.
Yeah, it's a really good one, and there's quite a few others.
Okay, so typically, what's a typical Corinne Barrett studio session like? That's something that people don't know.
Typical is creation. The creation process, it's here, and then the studio that I am in now, Don, who owns the studio, and Gina, who I'm working with, they take whatever's in my head that I create and bring it to music. So that's why I love this studio, because they hear what I hear, and then they make it real and come to life, And they're just so talented here, and they work with me and bring everything out that I have in my own creation to bring it to a song.
That's dope.
Yeah. It's a really great studio.
So you mirror your how can I say this? Now I'm getting checked out. So since you mirror your style off of Tina Turner's.
And gospel music, actually, because people don't know this, but I've been singing in a gospel group for a while. And this is the first song that I've ever incorporated that I've written with that twist of gospel, and then more of a feel with Enya in it. So it's kind of a mixture. It's something different than what's really out there now. So I kind of like that, the creation process of making that happen.
So you writing this on paper, or you doing this off the top of the head when you're in the studio making these songs?
Okay, so to be honest with you, it happens before I get to the studio. I always seem to get the chorus first, and it just happens in my head, and I hear it like a radio playing. So then I write the lyrics down, play around with the lyrics, of course, and then just the creation process happens when I get here, which is really kind of magnificent. Magical.
How long does it take you to write a song?
Fast. Because it's here, it's there, comes from my heart. Like I said, the lyrics, move around a little bit, but the melody's there, You know?
Where do you pull inspiration from?
Inspiration, gospel music.
Gospel.
It goes back to gospel, and yeah, because they sing from their soul. You know what I mean? It just goes back to church. And
you don't mind me asking, what religion do you practice? Since we talked.
I was raised Catholic, to be honest with you, but I do not practice a religion anymore. I am just a believer in God.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
I can respect that. Same here. Same here. Grew up in a Baptist church as a kid.
Yeah, and believe me, I love the Baptist churches. I do. They are fun.
My biggest reason why I always wanted to go to church was because of the music.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Whitney Houston's another favorite of mine. Like, she grew up in church too, so I've always listened to her and her soul, you know?
I get it. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. So now, how many songs have you recorded since you've been doing this professionally?
Let's see. Maybe about 3 or 4 now.
3 or 4. Okay. So
Yeah, so it's fresh.
Okay.
You know, I've written them, but now I've been really getting them down into the studio and releasing them.
Putting the music on.
Yeah, putting everything together, and it's been, a real awesome journey, you know?
Gotcha. So you got an album coming, or are you just doing singles?
Singles right now. Yeah, I just have one out right now with a video, Why? And now this one is my newest one that I'm working on. Yeah, it's exciting.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that song, Why?
Oh, Why?
Yeah, what was the narrative behind why you call it Why?
Well, it's a very personal thing. It's related to domestic violence, which I'm an ambassador for out here on Long Island, and I, support all of the domestic violence groups and everything like that. Personal journey, and felt free to finally share it with people. Do you know what I mean? Like, to help others.
I get it.
Truly.
That's dope.
Yeah, and that's a mission, you know?
So it's more of a personal thing. I get it.
It was very personal, that song. But proud of it because it's helping others now, you know?
It's motivation for others.
Yeah, definitely. And, you can either fall apart with something like that, or you can literally pick yourself back up off the ground and get stronger and help everybody else. It's a choice, I chose to help.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
So you've been through some domestic violence and things like that, and that's what got you into it.
Yes.
It's good. That's good female empowerment. I think a lot of women, go through that and they hide it for so many years and they don't want to talk about it.
It's funny you say that because I find just through my own journey, it's just not women, it's men, it's women, could be animals, and it's like pretty intense where domestic violence is concerned.
Yeah.
Goes like...
Yeah. But see, would you agree with me that on the other side of it, for men, it's not publicized as much?
Exactly. Not at all. And that's why I, support the men too, because, they really don't want to say too much about that, but yet they could be behind the scenes getting hurt. So it's a pretty serious subject,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, most men don't acknowledge that and come out and say it because they think it's more of a, they would say it's like a cowardly thing, right?
Yeah.
And I've really never experienced that too much. So.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Oh man. How do you feel the impact? How do you feel about the internet impacting the music industry?
I think it's a great thing. The internet, I think it's really a really huge magnitude for indie artists. Yeah, I think it helps a lot,